Let me state the following actually, to keep things short, which is much needed in this time. Uh, so things were completely hectic, and there has been like a lot of problems because of the election years of 2017 in Europe. Afterwards, during the month of September 2017, things were really problematic. I took that time after I came back in here to complete my graduation letter, even though I was working on other things. I had to complete my graduation letter and my thesis as a whole. My computer was seized during September 2017, and while I was in that place in Fliehen, I was still working on my thesis basically, and the migration agency people have noticed that I was working on my thesis because I actually told him to make a printing, and I showed him the emails from the university. Therefore, while I was there, yes, because I was going to. I moved out from my location because I had 100% sure thesis in Germany in February 2017. It didn't work out, therefore, a lot of problems. Having said this, okay, I completed in March 2018, meaning like everything then, because when I completed my studies in December 2017, there has been like the problematic or the issue with the following, which was that I needed to correct my thesis. I did so in March 2018. In April 2018, I applied to open a company. I needed to clear out everything that I needed to clear, basically. However, there's like the presence of thief, and usually a thief is like either he. This is the logic. Is like either he pay back the money, or he or she goes to jail. Basically, that's the logical reasoning. Basically, when they steal something that don't belong to them. Yes, then came August 2018. In summer 2018, I had no knowledge of any visitors. However, there has been like cases of abduction in here, in the train, and in different places. Uh, it was a situation which was actually unbelievable, and as I detail it to the right person. It's a lot of job. It's a lot of work, and it's much more difficult when few elements within your squad is not okay. Afterwards, I kept on basically because I received that specific emails in August 2018. I went to the Austrian embassy. I met with Austrian citizens and I showed them everything that is necessary to see. And apparently, this behavior keep on showing up, and yes, and it's behavior that is basically and it's not like I moved on, I just waited to receive things, and there has been like this upsurge of criminals who did postal manipulation, hacking, and way more basically. And well, okay, I went there randomly, I went there with things, I went there clarifying everything, as well as a lot more, and I keep on facing this bunch of crazy individuals which are causing a problem on an international stage, and it's good to single them out of the rest of the country and deal with them precisely because, well, and if you think that stealing other people money is normal, then it's good to have like a mental institution. In that mental institution, you receive food, you have like a peace of mind, and way more. However, yes, the problem was generated by someone who works like in the administrative sections of, and I kept on having those individuals who kept on causing troubles just for the purpose of causing troubles. Okay, I did the righteous thing, and I said there has been like a problem of postal manipulation, and there has been a problem of the documents from Austria, which I went to the right location to complain about the matter basically. However, they do not wish to incarcerate there someone they know or someone they met, or because I detailed everything, and yes, bunch of people just refused to, and I understood that it's a kind of people who want to send someone to that location, and they're doing criminality in this issue, and that someone must have studying environmental engineering or something like that, and all of these people are doing this on an international stage. I'm actually quite convinced and quite sure that I will travel and work on resolving the climate change problem in Austria. However, there has been like a lot of criminals, and yes, and there might be like a need to have like a much stronger force than what has previously been, because I know I approached these individuals and their behavioral psychology is of a child. This suggests probable instances of pedophilia, or that they are in a physical intercourse with someone who is facing a trauma or a psychological problem. And yes, and apparently these criminals have their own psychic and have their own bodies who help them in their quest. And even though at first the problem was generated by this, and if you could see that they create a lot of problems so that they drive away or they leave like a minor or something like that outside of this and this and this and that, and I keep on facing this bunch of civilians who basically yes, actually nobody is believing what's going on, or nobody is realizing the situation. Yes, they just went and they attacked the United Nations, they attacked either electronically or verbally or via assault, sons of judiciary, sons, daughters of parliamentary members, and they just do it like that, without any remorse and without any. And logically, I go, okay, I studied, I complete my studies, I cleared out all of the obstacles in August 2016, just after Euro 2016. They called me up and they reviewed everything and they told me continue your studies. However, I keep on facing individuals in here who are doing some kind of strategic planning in order to commit physical assault, sexual assault, and other type of assaults. And well, as myself noticed it, is like by each day the situation becomes worse because they are individuals who think that after a success, after like a successful crime, they do another successful crime and it piles up. And the person, and if crime is theft, the person who is innocent or victim of a theft will be stealing the money which is available to him. And then we have we have such places like in this place or the places who give companies money. Yes, well, they steal it from the society to pay companies. And it might get worse and it might get better, and it's not. However, I followed the logical structures. I went all the way to the Austrian embassy in another country, and in that country I lodged my application and I kept on waiting. And apparently someone wishes to send his family member to this position instead of me, and they are doing all of that strategic plannings and crime as well as a lot more, even though the original author and the original work is me, and I spent a lengthy period of time deriving everything, and I keep on waiting basically. And well, they do this type of crimes and it's a crime, and there is no punishment in that regard. Well, I complete my studies, and with the studies that I learned, I'm going to, because no one hires me, I'm going to open like a company with my own funds, and there are these crazy people just yes, just behaving this way, all. They frustrate individuals, they commit crimes, they do this and they do that. It's better going and punch them on the face, because yes, one of them is a cop. I'm 100% that the cop told me, come back tomorrow to pick up your stuff. And I'm sure that the green uniform told me, go to that location. However, the people who were wearing the uniforms were thieves, or they let in the middle of the night random individuals to steal money. And they keep on doing this, and they really, these individuals, they really get some sort of a feeling of orgasm by their actions, and it keeps on piling. And this is actually no national security or something else. It's pure Nazism that has been fought. The last time was in 45, and then it was the Japan situation. And now I'm getting all of these individuals. Well, I'm doing this through my own intellect, and it's hard to believe for people. They are like crimes you go for jail with, they are like crimes that you pay a fine for, and there are as well as other things. Even if you do that, there are those individuals who keep on, yes. In all of the country, they targeted me, who lived in another country, which is in another country that has 20 countries before it. Meaning, like, before reaching that country, you have to pass through 20 countries. There are like 20 countries that you can select from, can select individuals from. No, they select the person who work on climate change, who work on environmental matters, and who try to solve this, and the person who has solutions, which in this case is me, and the person who has funds, and I might be using my own funds, and who is in a normal situation with his bank. And yes, it's not like a problem of that okay, it's not like a problem that they cannot. No, they will not. This is, they will not do that. And that's the situation with underdeveloped countries or third world countries.